Any fear on your part that Colorado State, ahead of all these marquee showdowns, could be a proverbial trap game?
We don't play traps. We don't play trap. It's going to be trapping in practice if you don't do your job, and you won't have an opportunity to get out there and get trapped. like we practice with purpose, and we have too much of a mature staff to allow something as ignorant as that to happen, because we're slowly but surely, and these kids love the attention, they love the focus, they love the notoriety, but they understand that comes with work.
Avoid the trap game. Avoid the trap game. That's what it's all about. What is a trap game? It's when you go against a lesser opponent before a bigger opponent. And you're reading the press clippings, thinking you hot stuff, and forgetting the opponent in the current week. I'm not going to do a game plan for Colorado, by the way. Colorado State, I'm just not going to do it. I don't think Colorado State's going to win the game. I'm not wasting my time. But I will talk about trap game, because that's what Coach Prime was asked on Undisputed, and he answered that like most coaches would. I need to keep them focused and understand that you could lose your job if you lose your focus. The worst things about trap games are twofold. One, you don't realize that this is their biggest game. This could be their biggest game. You got Shedeur on the Heisman list. You got Travis Hunter everywhere online. You got Jimmy Horn. You got Xavier Weaver. You got Dylan Edwards. You got a lot of people with a lot of eyeballs. Colorado played Nebraska, and they were the most watched game in the prior week, period, bar none, more than Texas, Alabama, which is insanity. That's the Prime effect. So people are going to be at the stadium. It's going to be packed. So for me, who knows as a college football player, you get up for those type of games, because if I play well, if I intercept Shedeur, like he throws an interception to me, I really want that on my life, because that can say an NFL scout's going to come look at me. You get your opportunity to go against not only the best, but what's publicized. And when you have a lot of eyes on games, even if it's 6 months down the road and people are going through the NFL draft process and they're looking at, trying to make decisions in the spring, who they're going to draft, they're going to say, well, Shedeur only threw 3 interceptions last year. They're going to say, pull up those 3 interceptions. And guess who could be one of those people? Somebody at Colorado State. It could happen just like that. You know how I know it happened just like that? Because Caleb Williams only threw like 2 interceptions last year in the Heisman campaign. And one of them went to who? One of them was caught by Colorado. Nico, who's currently at Oregon. See him in a week. We'll do a video on that. But that clip is shown a lot of times because he didn't have that many mistakes. So people know that. People in college know that. You don't think Colorado State coaches know that? They know that. That's what they're teaching their kids. So number one, they're going to try to play up to the competition for individual status. They're going to give you the best shot they got because they know a lot of people are going to be watching. 2, trap game, they're going to be playing crazy. They're going to go for it on 4th and 12. Just do outlandish stuff. That's just what it is. So they're going to be playing a whole lot looser because they're not expected to win the game. And that's understandable. And number 3, Colorado can win the game, but if you are playing a trap game, you think that your level of competition could not meet yours. The problem with that is you can get hurt in a trap game. I've known a lot of guys that got hurt on the last game of the season or in the middle of the season. You're going against an FCS team thinking this person is not going to hit you as hard, or you think, I'm just so much of a better athlete. You forget football is not so much athleticism all the time. There's 11 people on the field on one side and 11 people on the other. You will lose track of someone and someone will take your lunch. Okay? That's what can happen. Whether you're a 5-star, whether you're a 1-star, you can get knocked your ass out on the ground. So with that being said, when you have trap games, the players tend to become complacent or thinking about the week ahead and not necessarily locked in on that week. And when that happens, these 3 things can happen. And the third thing is, again, you can get injured. Your star players can get injured thinking they're going against a lesser opponent and they clean their clock. All right. So you got to avoid the trap game and the trap game tendencies. All right. You play Colorado State, you need to get up out of there. All right. Go in, kick their ass, be dominant. You want all your starters done by halftime so you can get ready for the next week. That's what you and your analyst wants from a college football program. So remember, avoiding the trap game. Number one, you got to know there will be eyeballs. There will be NFL scouts. They are going to play up to the competition as best they can. And they're going to be advantageous, trying to take the ball away from you, trying to intercept the ball, trying to knock you on the ground, trying to embarrass you, because they know everybody's looking. And they know NFL scouts can see their game tape possibly in a few months from now. Number two, all right, very, very important. They're going to be playing looser. So you can't just think you're going to just go in and everything's going to be fine. They do a 4th and 12 throw to the end zone and they catch it. You're going to be embarrassed. Then your job might be on the line for next week, and you may not play in the big game the following week. And number three, super important, you can get injured because you think you're playing against lesser competition. Don't let it happen to you. Heritage Sports.